Inside this factory, heavy pressing machines were being used to shape raw iron into specific tools and components. The process seemed routine. Workers placed the iron under the massive press bars, and the machines stamped them into the required design. But heavy machinery is always unpredictable. Suddenly, one of the machines malfunctioned. As a worker placed the iron piece beneath the press, internal components of the machine broke apart, and fragments were forcefully ejected, striking the worker. Thankfully, nearby co-workers reacted immediately, shut down the machine, and rushed to assist him. This incident is a powerful reminder that no matter how routine the work may feel, machinery can fail at any moment. Regular inspections, timely maintenance, and strict adherence to safety protocols are not optional. They are essential for survival. Always treat machines with respect and never assume they are fully safe without proper checks. This incident took place in India, inside a cotton factory where large rollers were used to press and process raw cotton. The work appeared normal. Workers were busy managing the machines and adjusting materials. But one worker made a critical mistake. He tried to adjust the cotton with his hands and then moved dangerously close to the side of the roller where exposed belts and gears were operating. In a split second, the roller caught his hand. Thankfully, nearby workers reacted immediately, shut down the machine, and rushed to assist him. This close call is a reminder that rotating machinery can be unforgiving. Workers should never use bare hands to adjust material near moving rollers, and a safe distance must always be maintained. Proper tools and equipment should be used at all times, because one careless step can turn into a life-threatening accident. This incident took place in a cement factory where small cement blocks were being transported using a hand trolley. A worker placed the blocks on the trolley while a mobile crane lifted it upward with the help of attached cables. To assist, the worker pushed the trolley from below, ensuring it aligned with the crane's lift. As the trolley reached higher, the worker turned his back toward the crane to adjust the blocks. Suddenly, the crane's cables snapped. The loaded trolley crashed down, spilling cement blocks everywhere, and even the broken hook struck the worker. Fortunately, no severe injury was reported, but this incident highlights a serious risk. Cables, hooks, and lifting gear must always be inspected before use, and no worker should stand or work beneath a suspended load. One moment of negligence can lead to catastrophic accidents. In this incident, heavy metal sheds were being unloaded from a mini-truck by two workers. One worker was standing dangerously close to the truck's edge, attempting to separate the stacked sheds. However, the combined weight of the sheds was far beyond his physical capacity. As he tried to pull one shed apart, the others suddenly collapsed together. In a desperate attempt to control the load, the worker jumped down from the truck, but the heavy sheds toppled over him, pinning him to the ground. Fortunately, his coworker reacted immediately, rushing to remove the sheds and rescue him from beneath the load. This incident is a powerful reminder that no worker should ever attempt to handle a weight beyond their strength, and heavy loads must always be secured and lifted using proper equipment. Human strength alone is never a substitute for safe lifting practices. In this incident, a worker was arranging square yarn blocks on the upper floor of a shop. While adjusting them, he unknowingly moved too close to the roof's edge. Believing that there was still more roof ahead, he stepped forward, but in reality, there was an open street right beside the building. Losing balance, the worker fell into the street below. Thankfully, the height wasn't too great, and it is hoped that he avoided serious injuries. This incident is a powerful reminder that while working near elevated edges, one must always stay aware of surroundings, maintain safe positioning, and ensure proper barriers are in place to prevent falls. At this construction site, a worker was distracted while using his phone, unaware that a bulldozer crane was reversing nearby. Heavy machinery like bulldozers and forklifts often have blind spots, and operators may not always notice people standing behind them. In this case, it seems the operator failed to see the worker, and the reversing machine struck him. This highlights the critical importance of safety on construction sites. Workers should always stay alert to their surroundings, especially when near heavy equipment, and avoid distractions such as mobile phones. On the other hand, operators must make full use of mirrors, reversing alarms, and safety lights, and whenever possible, rely on a spotter to guide them safely. Incidents like this remind us that a moment of carelessness can lead to serious risks, but with proper attention and safe practices, such accidents can be prevented. In this footage, heavy steel girders are being loaded onto a truck with the help of a mobile crane. A worker climbs onto the truck to secure the girders with ropes, but the crane's hook and cables are still attached beneath the load. As the operator begins to lift the cable upward, the girders on both the left and right sides lose balance and start collapsing toward the center, putting the worker at serious risk of being trapped between them. This incident highlights a critical safety lesson. Before securing or tying down any heavy load, all hooks, slings, and crane cables must be completely released and cleared. Workers should never position themselves in the middle of unsecured materials, as even a slight shift can lead to a dangerous collapse. Safe coordination between crane operators and ground workers, along with maintaining proper distance from unstable loads, is essential to avoid life-threatening accidents on work sites. In this incident, a large stack of granite tiles was placed vertically against a wall. 3 workers attempted to count the tiles. 1 worker pulled each tile slightly away from the wall, while the other 2 tried to hold and control the stack. As the counting continued, the load on the 2 workers gradually increased. With every additional tile shifted, the balance of the stack became more unstable. The workers failed to realize that the growing weight was exceeding their capacity to control it. When only a few tiles remained uncounted, the load suddenly slipped out of their control. The tiles collapsed forward, crashing to the ground and striking the workers. Fortunately, the workers were not positioned directly underneath the heavy stack. While they sustained minor injuries, a serious accident was narrowly avoided. Large and unstable materials, such as granite tiles, should never be counted or moved by hand in this way. Proper supports, handling tools, or mechanical assistance must be used, and workers should always avoid placing themselves in the direct path of a potential collapse. At this workplace, several workers were busy with their tasks. A forklift stood still with cargo loaded on its forks while the operator was seated inside. Suddenly, as one worker attempted to pass in front of the forklift, the operator moved the vehicle forward. In that moment, the worker was almost trapped between the forklift's load and the stacked cargo ahead. Luckily, he managed to escape just in time without serious injury. Forklifts have significant blind spots, making it difficult for operators to see pedestrians clearly. Workers should always stay alert and avoid passing in front of active forklifts. At the same time, operators must use horns, lights, or warning alarms before moving to ensure everyone nearby is aware of the forklift's motion. Thanks for watching.